Wish.
Hi.
Hey.
Mm. Thank you that you come again and again. And yeah, thank you.
Thank you that you come again and again. Mhm. Yeah.
Hello. Maybe we can explore something. It started Sunday in when we sat together and Yatwen was speaking, and this wave of love came simply for no reason. And I know that space, the normal I'm used to, this place is exclusive, one-to-one, a woman, a man, me and nature, me alone. And yeah, it's interesting how overwhelming it is for me to sit here and to feel this love simply for no reason, simply coming out from an empty place. I can clearly see how my mind makes a real effort to absorb me in a stream of thinking and thoughts.
Describing so beautifully.
Yeah, okay. So this is the fear.
Who knows, we can put a label on it. I'd say we weren't conditioned that this was even a possibility to feel like this, you know. It was somehow our system got used to making things quite small.
Yeah. Yeah, of course. I was taught to create from the known, not from the unknown.
Yeah.
To live from the known. To yeah.
It's a nice problem to have.
And yeah, in a way, you can see it. Oh my God, I am full of love.
Yeah. I am love. I am love itself, unconditionally. Just
Yeah. So it simply
I
is a
mean, or you know, you when you look at people like Ananda Moima or Amma or any of these people that just the system blossomed and or like they were just pouring. There was no loss as well. There's not knowing anything. Yeah.
yeah, and so it is just tension which arises also.
Yeah, it's just and then recognizing, okay, it's and then exploring, is it necessary? Is it useful? That's all. I mean, it's just like it is such a beautiful stream. And as far as I can see, it benefits all beings, it benefits, you know, it's just the most profound, beautiful contribution that can happen in the moment. With natural. Essentially, it doesn't take any effort whatsoever. It's just like something in the system recognizes and doesn't do anything. It just flows.
Yeah, it does. It does. This is very simple.
It is simple, and it doesn't mean that other things won't come up. Usually what happens is when everything that has been, in a sense, repressed or jumped over starts to show up. And that's perfect. It's beautiful. If we have like this to be available for that to get seen, get met in a sweet, gentle way without it doing.
Yeah, that's why I was interested in speaking it out loud. Oh, thank you. This year with all of us is, yeah, it's a year now. It's wonderful. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. It's a funny thing to say, but it's like, in a way, when this love is flowing like this, and for me, there's a sense of that we're all participating in life in a way that benefits everybody, just by being. It's not, there's no doing in it whatsoever. It's just yeah, natural flow that comes with the recognition. Simple. Shanti. And then Zoe afterwards. So afterwards. So first Shanti, then Zoe.
Hi, Isaac. Hi, everybody.
Shanti.
Nobody,
Okay, Shanti.
everybody. I just wanted to say that I wanted to speak to you on Sunday, but I felt so overwhelmed by the energy and I know I've mentioned it before that I get affected by the solar flares and solar winds and any energy coming from the sun, and it was so powerful that I would go between kind of an ecstasy, bliss to anxiety to back to bliss, and at that moment I was kind of feeling a bit anxious to talk, but not because of wanting to talk, but just at that moment the energy was and I noticed that I felt like there was this sense that anything that negative that came into that moment where I was feeling anxious just amplified it massively, and it was not a nice place to be. So I had to, my lawyer a few weeks ago asked me to prepare some documents for my divorce. And I really thought, I mean, we've been separated since 2013, so I'm divorced for a long time, but still the case is ongoing because I'm still in the house. And just the idea of having to go back into that box of information and all of those, it was all financial, but the connection with the drama, the emotional side of it, where I was really in fight or flight most of the time, and having to look after 2 young kids while all this was going on, all this shit was flying in the house, literally. Wow, it really caused a block, and I didn't want to go there, and I was procrastinating, and while these energies were in, the thought of it was just horrendous, and it was just like this, no, I can do it, I'm strong, I can do it. But it was really quite a hard fight to push through that no, don't go there. And I felt like with the energy around me, it could go in one direction, which when I was feeling really blissful, I couldn't actually do anything except lie on the couch. And when I walked around, it was like my legs were jelly. It was so surreal, and I was so wobbly that I couldn't actually function to get that work done for the lawyer. But then in the other anxious moment, I couldn't even bear to face opening the cupboard where all that information is kept. And then I noticed things in moments of anxiety when thoughts arose about the world around me. So not just beyond the 4 walls of my house, what's happening in the world, which doesn't really affect me so much, because if there's no connection with the drama that's going on outside, then I feel peace. But then it was like the people talking about the French government talking about preparing hospitals for war, and hearing about the world's biggest hospital is being built in Ramstein in occupied Germany, at the US base there. And all of these kind of signs that, like, oh yeah, okay, some walls felt like they were closing in all of a sudden. And even just the tiniest little snippet of information about the potentiality of war, not even there is war or there's going to be war, just that potentiality, which is a projection, I recognize. I know that you have to go in, you can't, that I'm being called to go in. I really feel that is the only direction. But with these walls closing in, I felt like, wow, I wonder if other people are feeling, especially in Europe, there's a lot of Dutch and Germans here in the group, and people living in France. So me in Luxembourg. So, it's like there's a lot of propaganda, and I know it's fear porn, fear-based propaganda to scare people. but there's also talk about, you should prepare your house, you should have candles, you should have bags of rice, you should have plenty of food, water, all these sort of things. So I thought, well, that's physical prepping, but what about the spiritual prepping? What about the prepping of our consciousness, of what to do in that situation? So yeah, it got me thinking about a lot of things, and I know that there are people doing like spiritual prepping for the what's coming.
Ultimately, it comes down to moment by moment by moment.
Mm.
Not even praying for peace, being peace, being peace, being love. And yes, noticing what comes up with how you're speaking. It's okay. You just notice it. And yet you know who you are. And you know what you're here for. And it's funny because we can't really see clearly when our system is in existential functioning. We just can't see clearly. And, it's like, we can see, it's like when Tibet was taken over by the Chinese, at some point, Dalai Lama knew it was time to leave, and he left. And so we just don't know. It's like you can have been, like in a land for generations, and suddenly it's time to leave, and you either leave or you don't, or so there's no, it's like we just don't know. We're here, and we can trust that, that ultimately, if in this lifetime you recognize peace and love, this has been a good lifetime. It's really, so, and that's moment by moment. I don't think it's a prepping or anything against something. It's just that's what the interest is.
Yeah.
Then who knows? We just don't know. It's like, for all of us, we know at some point this physical journey will, you could say, recycle itself. And doesn't really seem to be a problem. It's just that's what.
Yeah, that's it. That's a long game, not a. It's not a this life, this body, this death sort of situation. And I know, I think people who are leaving places, well, you could be from the frying pan to the fire. You just don't know where you go. So if you run away somewhere, I think, again, destiny is.
There's no way to know.
No.
Somehow, my sense is if there's quietness at some point, it just comes in your mind. Okay, well, I don't know where I'm going. I'm just going. Or not. Or I'm here, and whatever happens, happens.
Yeah.
I've told that story many times because it just points to something that's available to all of us. This monk was sitting in the little monastery, and there was an invading army coming, and people, like they do in those situations, they run away. So there were thousands of refugees trying to get away. And this army was doing what armies do, just killing everybody, men, women, children. And this monk just was in this little monastery, and he stayed. And as it would have it, the general, that army came right to that monastery. And the general of the army stood in front of the monk, pulled his sword up and said, "You know why? I could cut off your head and not even blink an eye." And the monk said, "You know who I am? You could cut off my head and I wouldn't blink an eye." So it's like,
yeah.
what you going to do with a person like that? So,
yeah. And I have a Dutch friend came over the other day, and he was talking. He's actually bought an apartment in Paraguay, so he's running away from Europe. And there's big communities of Germans and Dutch and Swiss and Austrians in Paraguay.
Yeah.
But
So
then
that's it. People
you don't know.
move. And
Yeah.
it's like we say, that was where life is taking him. It's fine, that's his
Yeah.
movement.
Yeah, he was trying to encourage me to go, but I can't. I have two daughters here, and one at university in the UK and the other one in well, she's in her final year of school. I've chosen a path of responsibility
But even then, you don't know, because it is
no,
day by day. It's
yeah,
day by day. You just don't know. At this moment, it seems like, it's not frivolous. I don't think anyone just jumps up and
no,
that, at some point it becomes absolutely clear or not.
yeah,
It's so easy that we get caught in an idea of something.
yeah,
Or
exactly.
go away. Actually, no, daughter, it doesn't
Yeah.
matter. We're out here.
Yeah,
We have a few things and gone or not. Just
yeah.
can't say.
I like the spontaneity of being in the present. I just like that.
Yeah.
No planning.
We just, it's like we don't know.
Yeah.
It's-
And
so,
also, I've found recently, especially since being in India, that self-inquiry, when I do self-inquiry and I have a real question about something, how something looks uh, for example, how I noticed in India how I could see such beauty in flowers and lotus flower, for example, and lilies and frangipanis and all these beautiful things, and then just look at a rat being eaten by crows and go, oh, that's disgusting. But how to get to that more equanimous mind? That was my self-inquiry question. And then over and over again, I kept seeing rats being ripped apart by crows, and it just kept happening. And it was just that answer to my inquiry was just there in front of me. And the end of it, I was just laughing at the sight of the crows tearing open a rat and the guts and everything pouring out, because it was just like, well, that's just beautiful for the crow, isn't it? It's a beautiful moment. They have food and they can feed their family, and I could see it so clearly. But I wouldn't send photos to people of the rat being ripped open, but I would send photos of the lotus flower.
At this moment, you are sending up the picture.
Yeah, true, but not a postcard.
Yeah, yeah.
Anyway, thank you. It's so lovely to speak to you.
We didn't just find you. Can you wave a hand? Oh, there, I see. Thanks, Zoe.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi, Isaac. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Okay. It's good to see you again. Hello, everybody.
Yeah.
See everybody again. Mm. early this year, there was a seeing that the one I've been yearning for is also the same one as has been yearning for me. And this seeing was so clear and so simple, and there was absolutely no doubt. And since then, everything that I thought of as my activities or my actions has kind of disappeared. The taste for it is gone. And at the same time, there's no more reading the news. There's no more, I look at my apps and my emails maybe once a week, but that's all. And the rest of the time, it's like getting used to the new operating system of not knowing. And moving at the present moment, from the present moment, without having any idea what's going to happen. And there was a small example of this on Sunday. Somebody in the apartment next door, two people were having an enormous row and things were being thrown. And it was very frightening. And I was here on my own in the apartment. And I thought, well, this, obviously there's no threat to me at the moment. So I kind of quietened down and eventually it stopped. I heard some banging on the wall, probably from another neighbor, and it stopped eventually and things calmed down again. I calmed down, my whole system calmed down. And I was reading my book again. And then suddenly the idea came up, oh, I heard some other voices and I thought, oh, maybe the owner of the apartment has come. So I maybe go downstairs and see if I can speak to the owner of the apartment. And I saw myself just getting into other clothes and I went downstairs. I had no idea what was going to happen. I just saw myself doing it. And I thought, well, this is interesting. This is not my normal behavior. I just saw myself doing it. And I went downstairs and, well, it didn't seem as though anybody was there. I didn't know which bell to ring on, and I didn't want to disturb people further. So I didn't do anything. I thought, okay, nothing seems to be happening here. I'll go back. So I was just about to enter my door when another neighbor came along with her rubbish bag. And she happens to be the neighbor who lives the other side of where all this noise was. And I didn't know her, but I just got talking to her. And of course, she had heard the noise as well. And so we established a good contact together and some resources for what to do if it happens again. And I feel now so much calmer and better, and she does too, that we've got some contact. And she's put me on the neighborhood app just in case. And so I'm thinking about this in relation to learning to trust the new operating system, that the silence, when we go deeply into it, can be a real resource. And I do recognize all the panic that's going on in the world. I'm not reading any news anymore, but you can't miss it. It comes up. But there has always been a deep longing for the silence, and I really trust that place in me to go deeper into it now, even in the moments of difficulty and crisis. It is a huge opportunity to get yourself pushed to that place where you don't know anymore. And there is then a deeper possibility to rely on this, the silence of not knowing and the stillness, and trusting that out of that comes a deeper wisdom and a deeper resource, actually.
So in all of this, just for fun, who are you?
That silence.
Yeah, absolutely. So then, you know, once that's known, then what is it that goes into the silence? You are the silence itself.
Yes, this is appreciated as well. And it's also seen that there are moments where there's a shaking in the body.
Yeah. So all that, so what we're looking at is that silence is your nature. And the attention will go to sounds and you know, in some sense, that's the movement. It's not you that goes there, it's the attention. And that attention then will touch anything associated, like, you know, with a fight or a row or something like that. And then that information comes up, and then our system, for some of it will touch old trauma, and then our system will, you know,
Tremble.
feel it, tremble and act as if our existence is threatened, even though you know it's not.
Yeah.
But it just touches that old information. And so then it's like, it's not going back into the silence or anything. It's just recognizing that the nervous system is just touching some old information. You are that silence. Don't have to do anything about that old information. It's just literally old information. It's coming to be to consciousness, you could say. And then I love the way you described then just listening and going downstairs and meeting a neighbor, and somehow then there's a resource, and it's it's simple. You can't plan that stuff.
And it's a surprise, and it's a great learning. It's a great learning. And it's also, it has a sort of freshness about it, because it's so new, because nothing in the body mind system has taught me how to do it at all. And it's such a new mode of being.
You know, so to me there's like when the nervous system responds like that, to really see it's not you, it's just old information that's coming up, and the opportunity is to gently be present in that movement, you could say. There's nothing that it doesn't mean a thing about who you are. That silence is untouched. But there's so there's, because otherwise it seems like, oh wow, there's still something going on in me that's not clear yet, or something like that. But it's not. It's just, you know, we're touching old information that's in the field. Almost everybody knows it.
Yeah, and it's good to have these opportunities, like also being here, sitting here. I was watching it arising because I knew I would be speaking, and the heart was going, and my palms were sweating, and I was just watching it. I thought, okay, it's such a strange, well, it's not strange. That part is known, but it's not usually watched.
Usually there's identification with it, like somehow that means something.
There's an identification, and there's reaction, and then everybody goes, Thank you.
Thank you. Christina, and then Vangelia, and then Esther. Okay. Hello, Christina.
Oh, yeah. Just two things. So one, I feel like since we last sat together, I felt like there's been so much come up that I've had no choice but to go back into this because I can't be facing everything individually and every little issue. And secondly, there's loads of rage here that I feel unable to meet, but I don't want to keep getting distracted by the emotions that come up. But at the same time, they're here and they're very strong.
So let's just look at that for a moment, yeah? So there's who you are, this awareness is here,
Yeah,
and in it, rage is coming up.
yeah,
So then there's an idea of meeting it, whatever that means. It's already here. I mean, it's just here. And the idea of meeting it, just explore, what does it mean to meet it? So, if it's raining, and we notice, okay, it's raining, an idea doesn't come up, oh, I have to meet the rain, or I have to meet this experience of rain. It's just raining, yeah? So anger comes up, and then there's an idea of meeting it. So I'm just exploring with you, what does it mean to meet something? Rage comes, okay, it comes, we know it goes.
It's like these sensations that come, and then I think there's like an attention goes to it to try and
Yeah,
go
of course,
into
those sensations are loud. They're very, they're loud, they put our attention.
I'm not really sure what it means to meet it, and it feels like as I'm sitting
Just,
here.
just like it sounds like there's some idea that there's a you that has to do something.
Yeah.
Meet it or something like that. And then that becomes like a doing, or, like a mission, or.
Yeah. Yeah. But as we're sitting together,
a woman on a mission.
oh, I'm embarrassed.
Or being on a mission.
Feels now though like we're meeting each other. So even with all these pains and stuff just keep coming back to this.
The rest.
It's like I feel I need permission to drop it.
My sense of permission comes from just seeing.
Yeah, I think I see it as like
just resting, recognizing that you are that in which everything appears.
I feel like there's an addiction to feeling these energies or something.
Yeah, so whatever, some idea.
It's like an itch when we're sitting here is so what now? But there's so much peace that it's like There's nothing to do.
Happy to hear. Then
Pardon?
you can relax. Happy to hear, then you can relax.
It's kind of a question, really. Thank you.
Angelia, where can
Hello,
Hello.
can you see me?
I haven't found your picture yet, but I will. Ah, there, I see you now.
Yeah.
Very cool. Hi. Hmm. Not sure about the internet connection because your picture looks frozen, so I'm not sure if you can hear me or not. But oh, yes, sir. Are you able to unmute? Can't hear you. You're still muted. Okay, I'll say goodbye.
Hello.
Hi, Esther.
Namaste.
Good. All right. Think.
Did you say my name?
Yes.
Looks like the old information is pulling very hard, very strong.
Hmm.
Um, and it feels awful and it feels good at the same time. And there's awareness and there is this strong pull. And when you were talking with Esther, like, why do I have to burn my hand that many times on the stove? It's like when I would let go, I will betray the people that have loved me so much. Something like that. Like it's coming from the family system and generations back. And it looks like this group of people, of family, of but also bigger. I must obey him somehow, and this is really deep in the nervous system. It's really difficult to put it in words, but
No, I get it. I get it. I get that.
yeah,
But it's, in a way, it's like this story of either betraying your own heart or betraying this old. So
yeah,
it's like, yeah, doesn't seem like once you see it like that, then what's the option? Okay, so people might be upset and all that stuff, but it's just like
yeah.
it's okay.
Many of those people are already dead, so
Yeah, yeah.
but it's
And in some ways, it's like it's not betraying. It's betraying a thought form. Really, it's not betraying anybody. It's just
yeah,
somehow. Yeah, it's like okay, so what?
maybe the
That's it.
generations back they have called it God.
Mhm.
Huh? Like
Or or maybe it was associated with the belief system. It's
yeah,
like not that long ago. If you were in a little village and you didn't
yeah,
agree with the priest, you were in deep shit, man.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And it's
It's like it's like this waking up to you standing on your own feet and just what's true. It's like, you know, it's,
yeah. The
it's like
internet is
it's
bad. I didn't hear you. I don't hear you.
okay. So let's try again.
Yeah,
Whenever there's a war or anything crazy
Mm-hmm.
going on. It's like there might be a few psychopaths at the top who are pushing the thing, but without this, what you're speaking about here,
Mm-hmm.
with people going along with it, it
Mhm.
doesn't happen. If someone says, look, we're going to war, and everybody says, nah, not interested, it
Mm-hmm.
can't happen. But, you know, so like with anything, it's like this whole COVID story.
Mm-hmm.
Some crazy people said a bunch of nonsense, and then doctors participated, you know, bureaucrats, so many people went along with it. And without them going along with it, it can't happen. So that's that very same mechanism you're speaking about now, just not being true to what you know. It's like somehow, okay, I have to follow the rules. I have to, you know, it's like, I guess, Pops, you spoke about it, wake up and roar, wake up and be a lion, wake up and stand on your own feet,
Mhm.
whatever, and just you'd stop going along with this, with anything that's not true to your own heart. It's like, no, thank you, just not
Mhm.
interested.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And but it pulls so hard. It's so deep in
Yeah,
the
but at the same
vessel.
time, it,
Hmm?
you know, it's like it can pull, but at the same time, it's like what the cost of listening to that pull is your own heart. It's like
Yeah.
coming out of what's absolutely your own knowing. It's just, whoa, it's a big prize. Who cares about that pull? I'm not interested. You know,
Yeah.
I guess for all of us, we have to face it at some point. There was, you know, like the ideas your parents had for your life, and something said, no, sorry, that's not my life. I'm not interested. I'm just, you know, maybe
Yeah.
they were upset and they tried to, you know, emotionally blackmail you or whatever it is, whether it's your parents or the
Yeah.
culture or anything. Something goes, sorry,
Yeah.
that's not it. And then I'm sorry
Yeah.
that
Somehow there's a promise in it, like when you do it, you get security, or when you do it, you get attention, or you belong to us, or
Mhm.
and it's like this woman that said, like, just being open in this moment and see what happens. It's also
I'd say it's just a part of this, in a sense, recognizing who you are and like not moving. It's like, no, I don't go along with that.
yeah,
It's not true for me.
yeah,
And what's funny is everyone that does, in a sense, lives like that, it gives permission to a whole lot more people. No.
yeah,
You want to go to war? I'm not interested. I'm not going.
no, yeah,
That's it. I don't, you know, sorry, not participate, not interested. It's not my, that's not what I'm here for.
and is it good to cry about it, or is that even too much attention?
Yeah, I don't know. You know, you know, I remember when, for me, it was clear. Suddenly I saw I was trying to live to make my parents happy. And I was, what? That's what a nonsense that is. But it wasn't easy because there was love for my parents. And I knew for them, it was devastating suddenly and going my own path. And it's like, wow, disappointing the people that have taken care of you and all that stuff. And at the same time, no choice. Once it was seen, there was no other possibility. Same thing, you know, we a lot of times with intimate relating, we make all kinds of compromises and we get into all kinds of entanglements, and at some point it's no, cannot anymore. Just cannot. Sorry.
Yeah. And then there can be grief.
Oh, of course it's not. It can be, it's like, whew, it's like everything that,
Yeah.
yeah, but it's also, yeah, it's part of just coming out of this, I would say, nightmare in a way.
Yeah. 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 Thanks very much. Thanks, everybody.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah.
Sebastian.
Hey, Isaac.
Hey, Sebastian.
Lately, it has gone more clear to me that I'm not the information that I see or feel. In my early days, it was a little bit more difficult because the information this old information was from my parents and their parents. But why it has gone more clearly to me that it's not me, I'm just looking at it, is because I've gotten this information was what is this? And when I speak to people about it, who's in the room, it seems like it's dead people, and they have some sort of like information, and I tell them loud if I feel it's useful, but I know the information is not for me.
Yeah.
So that's why it's very clear to me I'm not the information I receive from the world.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's very rare I tell it loud because there's so much information. Most of it is just, like the internet. It's only, what we have been learning here is that it needs to be useful. And maybe that's why I like to be quiet.
Ultimately.
So if I get kind of, we call it entangled in all the information. Mm, mm, yeah, that, that was just it. Thank you.
Maria, we're just about out of time, so a quickie.
Not more.
Mm. Ross, thank you for hosting. Thank you all for being here. Love, peace, beauty,